everyone. Today I'm going live on my business page on Facebook. So if you ever want to come and check out my lives or my videos or my posts, or if you just have, you'd like to, come and see what's being posted on my business page, you can come and check it out under Kristen Davies' page on Facebook. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Sherry. So today I'm really excited because I'm going to be answering questions from those of you that are interested in learning more. Hi, Edith. In regards to the children awakening on the globe. How exciting. Is it not that we have waited what feels like an eternity for this moment to occur on Earth? I have waited a long time, I feel like. So, I know my guardian angel was saying to me that probably it was 4 months ago that I would start to see more parents and their children coming and having readings with me in 2019. And I said, fantastic. Fantastic. I was like, that is fantastic. And I have noticed an increase. I have had individuals having readings with me that hadn't their awakening started to awaken at the age of 18. I've had children coming to have a reading with me with their parent, age 13, another one 16. And it is really exciting. I know that there are a lot of questions because there are a lot of children seeing or experiencing things, and maybe the parents also experiencing things that they don't have answers to. So that is what today is all about. It is about bringing some answers to the forefront by way of channeling in order to understand what is going on. Okay? So I'm just waiting for everybody to come on. Super excited for this. I know I've been waiting a long time for this. I feel like before, if you want to, I call it awakening. Also ascending comes after that usually. So awakening for me is you start to see or experience. You start to experience energies around you that you weren't aware were there. You start to understand that there's far more than this 3D reality. And commonly what happens after awakening is, whether it takes months or years afterwards, when you're ready, and only when you're ready, is ascension. So ascension is raising of your vibrational frequency. It is lifting up, anchoring in more light, lifting, raising. Okay, and that comes along, at times with ascension symptoms. And if you are having ascension symptoms, does anybody have any guidance what to do when you're having ascension symptoms? What does one do? Do you guys have any answers about that? It's really important when you're having ascension symptoms. You can be having anxiety, your heart's pounding, you feel lightheaded at times as this energy is coming into your energy field, helping to lift and raise your vibrational frequency. That's right, Bonnie, Victoria, yes. Yes, Heather, drink lots of clean spring water, not tap water, not tap water. That's the number one thing I've heard so many times from the angels. Spring water, clean water, and lots of grounding. Some of the ascension symptoms are like last night. I had a lot of ear cupping. My hearing was going in and out. I had a lot of heat around my ears, a lot of pressure. I knew what was going on. My ear chakras were getting opened up. I knew I had Gabriel with me and I had God with me, and they were doing this. What is God? You can label God however, which way you feel comfortable. Yeah, Yes, Judy. If the ascension symptoms are too much, I just say light and love, universal oneness, God, this pure white light of energy. Please, can you please step back? This is too much for me right now. If your heart's pounding and you're feeling irritated all of a sudden and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I wouldn't be touching the sugar and the caffeine, not in those moments. So when you have a lot of energy coming, a lot of the time it seems it's coming in the evenings, which is interesting. I would definitely be, I'd be asking maybe for some stepping back, please. It's uncomfortable for me. And I wouldn't be touching sugar and caffeine, because what's going to happen then? Too much. It's a ride you don't want to be on. So immediately, what do? You go outside. You lean on a tree. You go sit on the earth. You can lay down on your ground floor if you can't make it outside. You can place a rose quartz, palm-sized, on your lap. This comes right from my team of angels, by the way. I said, huh? You want me to put this down my lap? Okay. Right by my root chakra, which helps to open your root chakra and bring any dense energy out of your root chakra into the earth to be transmuted. I think we're getting tag teamed. I think light and love is helping to transmute the dense vibrational frequency on the earth. And I think the earth is helping to transmute and helping to remove the denser vibrational frequencies within us. Now, what are those denser vibrational frequencies? They are old belief systems, old thought patterns. They can be old, whatever dense vibrational frequencies from previous lifetimes, whatever they may be. I don't focus on them too much. I just know they're being coming up to the surface and then being transmuted. So if you find that you're thinking about something repeatedly that you haven't thought of for a while and it's kind of bothersome, it's likely it's coming up to the surface in order to be transmuted. Yes. Oh, yes. I had to ask them to step back off last night. And I could tell I walked away to get some water, and then I came and sat in my chair. But as I came back, I walked right into a big, huge amount of energy. And it was them awaiting me to sit back in my chair so they could get back to work on me. Okay, so awakening. My God, this is where you want to be. This is absolutely where you want to be. When you're not awake, you don't care, you don't realize, you're not even remotely interested in anything outside of your own reality. You're not even aware that your thoughts are creating your reality. You're not aware that your vibrational frequency is affecting your reality and those in your life. You're basically banging around out there. You're unconscious. You are not awake yet. And that's okay. Some of us are ready to awaken and some won't be. And it won't be this lifetime. Maybe it won't be the next one, but ultimately we're all moving in this direction. But in this lifetime, if you are interested in this path and you're curious and you're watching videos like this, maybe you're watching paranormal programs, maybe you're reading books, maybe you went and bought a deck of angel cards, and you're curious, that tells me right there, since you're curious, you're definitely on this path of awakening. Next stop, ascension. Yes. Yes. This is where we want to be. Okay. So I've got a few questions here coming in from YouTube, and I'm going to read the questions. Who am I channeling? I asked all the angels. All the angels. They know who this person is. They know I'm going to ask this question on their behalf, and they all know. There's no time or space constraints for them. They're all ready. They know who's asked these questions. I'm going to start with YouTube, and then I'm going to move on to the questions that have come through in Intuitive Angel Messages, which is a high vibrational group on Facebook. And then I will be reading and channeling the guidance for each of those questions. Okay, I also, when I asked who's coming through today, Jesus, I believe, is coming as well. And that is going to be happening. I don't know when, but we'll find out. The most exciting and spectacular experiences, in my opinion, are the ones that are not planned. And I don't like to plan for that reason. Okay. So I hope that even though I may not get to your question, that if it resonates with you, this is for you. This is for you. Okay? So remember that. Okay. Okay. We have, what can you tell me about guidance on raising my daughter? I know she is a very special soul, and he feels that she is a crystal child, okay? So, how do we label what a crystal child is? And by the way, the angels don't like labels, but that's one way of describing a sensitive soul that's chosen to come forth onto the planet in order to help lift and raise the vibrational frequency here. I remember meeting Nancy Ann Tappy in person when she came to the city where I was living, and my mother was volunteering to help her, and she was the one who was first seeing the color in the auric field. Your life color is what she called it, and that was the color of indigo. And she was really excited about it because she hadn't seen it before. And I asked her, do you see auras around people all the time? And she said, yes, I do. Cool. So I listened to her talk about this at the university where we were meeting for this event. And what she told us afterwards when we went out for dinner is the older generations on the planet had the color, the life color, the one color in all of the colors that are surrounding you, the one color called your life color, and this was magenta with some and yellow with others. My Nana, she passed away at the age of 92. She was yellow. So Nancy was seeing all of these different people crossing over, obviously. So there was a lot less people with magenta or yellow. What comes after magenta and yellow? I asked her because I was picking her brain. I was like, I want to know everything, Nancy. Come on. I was a curious little 21-year-old, and I was asking a ton of questions like the indigo I am. So basically what unfolded from that point was she was letting me know that it would go blue life color, giving the shirt off your back to help others, giving to the point where you are secondary, okay? So that would be blue life color. Violet is the next after that. How do I explain violet with the individuals that I've met and even the individuals I've dated? Just a little bit more forthcoming, a little bit more holding their own energy, more so than blues. Although I've seen some blues surprise me. Yeah. And again, this is all labeling. So we just take a little, everybody's unique and different like a snowflake, right? And after violet comes indigo. The poor suckers on this planet that had to raise an indigo. Sorry, Mom. Because that is a color that came in. Is to break down the systems. It's to spread information. This color and in these individuals might have ADD, ADHD. When they eat sugar, their minds are racing. They can't sit still at school. They're not meant for the system of school. They're not meant for this system. They're meant to break down the systems. They're very opinionated. they hold their own, and they will sit back and observe, and they can just sense when somebody is full of, and they know when someone is lying to them. And they're sensitive beings. They come in to break things down and change things up. I call it stirring the pot, in order to make room for the more higher vibrational, lighter frequency beings, such as the crystals. And after the crystals are the rainbow children. And I don't know what's coming next, but I'm really excited. So, what are some of the characteristics of a crystal child? Loves nature, softer spoken. I've seen a lot of crystal children not really want to be around people. It's too people-y out there. They like music. Their energy is more sensitive and more gentle. I find that I tone it down a little bit around these individuals because I know they are sensitive. Be aware of those in your life who are a bit more sensitive. You don't need to come intensively in their proximity. Think of their frequency and think about your energy affecting them. So I've met a lot of crystals. I've met crystals that are older, and I've met crystals that are younger. Most of us indigos are getting on now. Gotta go get my cane, I'm getting on. So I don't meet too many younger indigos, although I've met a few, and I'm like, wow, how cool is this? And then we move with the rainbow children. Again, very high vibrational, very sensitive. They are choosing the parents that they want to be a part of their life experience. So they're not just going and choosing any family. No. They're choosing high vibrational beings of light and love to enter into this experience in order to be a part of their family. And so crystals and rainbows are typically choosing their parents well before coming into this. A lot of them may not have karmic debt to repay and or do not have any at all. And as we all ascend, that's all going to be transmuted anyways. That's why you want to be on this path. That's another reason. So the indigos are going to be doing some of the heavy lifting. The light workers are going to step forward and step up to the plate. It's important we all do this together. It's crucial that we do this all together, because those of us that are stepping forward, we can't do it alone. We need others to step up. Okay, so yes, I would absolutely say that your child, if your child is a sensitive, special soul, I would definitely say crystal or rainbow, absolutely. Okay. So as far as raising a crystal child, let's just tune in and see what guidance comes through on that, okay? Yeah, they're saying yes. The sensitive souls that are coming forth onto the planet that are crystal or rainbow, we need to be more aware of their vibrational frequency. We need to be aware of their energy. They might want to spend maybe a little bit more time on their own, maybe listening to music out in nature, connecting with higher vibrational frequencies rather than people. And if they're not connecting with people, certain people, I would take note on that. It's like when a dog, yeah, you know, if I have a dog in my proximity and the dog is like not really gravitating to a person, I kind of question that a little bit, because they're high vibrational beings. They're sensing energy. So these crystals and the rainbows are sensing your energy well before you even speak. Show them the way, and they're asking you to be more gentle with them. Obviously, you know, you're going to parent them. You're not going to kid glove them, but you're going to be a little bit more aware of their sensitive way of being. Okay. But this is a blessing that you have this child. This child has chosen you. And as you move forward, just remember these words, okay, Daniel? Everything you're doing is right. You're on the right path. Parents often ask this question, am I doing it the right way? You're all doing it the right way. You're doing the best that you can in the moment with the information that you have. But remember these words. Should your child be sensitive and high vibrational, higher frequency beings, be aware of your own vibrational frequency within their proximity. Okay? Some of us, the angels are saying, are very unaware, and we just kind of go around banging around out there, and we don't even realize that we are draining other people in our proximity. But as we become more aware and we awaken, we will shift our vibrational frequency, and then we will not be draining other people as much around us. Yeah. They're saying, you know, even with me, I have to keep myself in check, because as an indigo, I'm like, well, and then I'm like, okay, and then I listen to the angels, and I tone it down. Because that approach, the indigo approach, ain't gonna work. Just go around with this person. All right. All right. I would love to know if my son and his spiritual journey, and how I can be there for him. Is he being guided or protected? He is highly sensitive. If you're asking that question, is he being guided and protected? That's an automatic yes. Okay? Well, number one, all the children are being protected and guided. If there's ever an experience that you're uncomfortable with, now we're talking about boundaries. Okay? And you can set those anytime you want. Who's in charge? You are. You are in charge of your energy. Your child is in charge of that child's energy. So right after I put up this video onto my YouTube channel, I want you to look for the video that I'm going to put up next, where I'm talking about boundaries. Okay? And it's really important that you hold your boundaries. Also, you've all heard me say this before, you can call in Archangel Michael. He will come into your home. He will be your in-home filter. He will shield your home. And if you have any problems, who are you turning to? You're turning to your bouncer, Archangel Michael. On the rare occasions where there is certain things happening in your home that you're uncomfortable with, you may have to call someone in and have a cleansing, and or certain things are unfolding in order for you to learn and grow from. Potentially your soul has signed up for that experience to strengthen you and for growth. It's so that you will step up to the plate. Okay, so did I sign up for ulcerative colitis in this lifetime and that suffering and a couple surgeries? You bet I did. My soul absolutely did. And that's a tough pill to swallow, because I really was like, no, I didn't like that. I didn't want that. But the truth is, your soul signs you up for certain things that you are going to learn and grow from. And strength is one of those things that you learn. And so, if you need to hold boundaries and you're getting pestered ever, please watch that boundaries video. Please call in Archangel Michael. And please know that there is an end in sight, and you will take care of it. My 11-year-old is connected to her higher powers, taking lessons from her mama. And any input for Zoe to flourish in this regard. You're doing great. She's doing great. The only guidance that I'm getting through is that as she grows up and becomes more curious, it's all about placing the right information before her. before her. That's what they're saying. Okay? So it's about relaying information, answers to her questions when the time is right. It's all about the proper guidance and information when she needs it. Yeah, they're relating this to when I was 21 and my mom said, you want to come to this gathering? There's a psychic there. And I was like, wow, I never thought I'd hear my mom ask me this question, because I wasn't open, I wasn't interested. And I was like, well, I'm curious, so I'm going to go check it out. But even after that, I was like, and I just kind of went on my way. You know, it was amazing in the moment, but it wasn't like my whole life changed and all of a sudden I was, you know, awake or anything. But it was pretty cool. So my mom helped to get certain information in front of me. And then I learned and I grew from that information. And that is the only guidance that they have for you in regards to this. It's just smooth. I don't feel many bumps ahead for you or your daughter. So for right now, it's all good. Okay, I have a question on my son who went through the medical process to psychiatrist, meds, etc. He does not enjoy these. He wants things to get better for himself, meds free, ? Okay, so the angels are saying that there are some of you that need the medication, okay? But that's far and few between. Most of you are placed on medication, and there are other ways to go forth into your life experience without the medication. In regards to this question about your son, he will go through this life meds free. It's just whether you will listen to him and be on board with that. They want you to know that if you want another answer other than the medication in order to help him, simply ask. I need a path here that is going to be, you know, helping my son, helping him, you know, in a better way without the medication. And I'm handing it off to you, angels. If you feel so inclined to ask Archangel Michael or whomever you feel gravitated towards, you ask them. And they will guide you. They will open up a doorway or a path before you that will give you those answers that will lead you down a path where he can come off the medication. It's about sitting back and listening, okay? You can sit with stillness and you can ask a question that will result in a yes or no answer, and then you will feel it in your body. If it's tight, pulled back, maybe your head pulls back and you get nausea in your stomach, that's a no. You'll always get that as you go through life. That's your internal guidance system. Now you're deliberately activating that with your team. You're asking them questions. If it's open and light, yes, move in that direction. You know, there were many years I was not ready to have surgery, so I wasn't ready to have my bowel cut out. I was not ready. So I asked my team to help me, and it opened up a doorway for them to guide me towards acupuncture. And the acupuncture is what kept me out of the hospitals for many years and kept me out of surgery. So that there's always another way. There's always another path. And the fact that your son is stating that he'd like to be med-free tells you the answer to this question. So now it's a matter of seeking out another way. And you can write down a list of different ways, and you can start asking with a quiet mind and feeling the answer, whether you get pulled in one direction and not the other. So what they do is they partially close off your heart chakra, your solar chakra, and your crown chakra. They can do that. They just close it off, and it's like, oh. And if you don't feel anything, what do you do then? I can't feel your answer, and I need you to turn it up. Can you come in closer? I need you to make this very clear. And your job is to sit in quiet without any expectation, without any pressure on yourself or them. You got to do it in moments where you're nice and still and relaxed and peaceful. When you're peaceful and still and relaxed, that's when you start asking yes and no questions. Okay, now we're coming over to the questions on intuitive angel messages. Here we go. Amy was wondering if my 10-year-old son Connor is a crystal child. I'm getting yes. They're just yelling it repeatedly. He has spoken, and they're really boisterous here. He has spoken to me about his astral travels as well as feeling angels, prophetic dreams, and seeing spirits. Any guidance or advice would be appreciated. He's open. He's high vibrational. Very high vibrational being. Old soul, not his first time. He's done this before. He's come in to this life experience. He specifically chose you. Specifically chose you. Part of the reason, one little piece of the reason why he chose you is because you're going to help him on this path when things become confusing, and you need to get some answers to the things that are going to be going on. He knew that you would be the one to help him. He won't be alone in this lifetime. He won't feel lonely because you care and you're asking questions on his behalf. You're getting the answers for him. This is what I'm getting. He's proud of you. He appreciates you, and he's really happy that you're his mother in this lifetime. And this is just but the beginning for him. There is so much more yet to come. And you will be his advocate, and you will find the answers. You will ask the questions, and you will find the answers for him on his behalf. Thank you, Kristen. That is all. So, that's a lot. Just keep asking the questions, get the answers, sit quietly, connect with your team. You'll get the response in your body. And at some point, you're going to get yes form in your mind. And you'll think, no. Follow it. And you can do it again. I'm getting a yes. I'm going to ask you this question again. Please put the word in my mind again. And you'll get a yes again. Go with that. I'm not just hearing the word, I'm actually feeling it in my body and I'm hearing it. So if I'm getting this and I'm hearing no, that's a double confirmation. If I'm getting yes and I'm feeling this, that's a double confirmation. If I'm getting this, but I'm hearing yes, then I would ask the question again. Okay, Joanna. I was wondering if my 5-year-old daughter, Emily, would ever catch up on her speech and temper control. She's incredibly independent and intelligent. In her case, just in her own world most of the time. I asked Archangel Michael to please help me get through to her today during one of her meltdowns. Okay. And afterwards she apologized. That's good. She's got some awareness there. And I had no issues with her the rest of the day. Big Mike. He's so great, isn't he? Yeah. So you would like to hear from Big Mike. Archangel Michael. He doesn't like me saying Big Mike on camera, so I better stop or I'll get in trouble. She sees things that I do not sure if that is the reason for her delayed speech. It totally is her a reason for delayed speech, Archangel Michael's telling me. She's a very sensitive soul, very high vibrational. She came here. She has a purpose why she's here, a great purpose. He hears you when you ask for his assistance, and he works on her energy. He's talking to her higher self in her team of angels, and your angels, in fact, he says. Don't give up trying to get through to her. Because as you move along, she will hear you, but also ask them to help you. And they're also talking about as she gets older, she'll simmer down a bit. Her sensitive body, okay, is, think about a higher vibrational frequency coming into a much denser vibrational frequency. Okay, so Earth has some denser vibrational frequencies, and we have these high vibrational souls coming forth onto Earth. And they get really overwhelmed at times, and they act out. Now, that's no excuse, Archangel Michael says. That's not a justification for the behavior, okay? But she needs to be aware of her energy and the energies around her that may irritate her at times. And this doesn't even have to be someone in her close proximity. This can just be what's going on in the world, okay? And she's picking up on that collective consciousness, that collective energy. It's important to find other ways for her to outlet how she's feeling without having these explosions. Her speech delay will, he says it's perfectly fine that she has a speech delay, okay? We place these expectations on them that they should be speaking by a certain age, and he wishes that we wouldn't do that. And also, he's talking about there's other ways for her to outlet her feelings other than these explosions. Arts and crafts, writing it down, coloring, music, getting up and dancing, getting the energy out, because she's picking up on everybody's energy, right? And so the dancing to high vibrational music is helping to get it out. You can also have a chat with the earth, and please ask her to help in these moments as well, to anchor her down back into her body. I think things are so sensitive for her that she's not even, her energy doesn't want to be in her body. So you can ask the earth to help ground her gently, very gently. They'll do it gently. He's not concerned about her at all. He's telling me that. Okay. And that is that. You got to think, okay, in spirit or energy, how do they communicate with each other? Do they have vocal boxes? Do they have mouths? So how does everybody talk how do they talk with each other in spirit if they don't have a vocal box and they don't have a mouth? It's called telepathy. It's called sending out energy. Is a energy that Michael will send to me, and then I just have to relax my mind, and then I just listen to the words that he's forming in my mind. He can also show me pictures, images. Okay, sometimes it's right outside my ear. So you got to think, if she has a speech delay, here we have it. She's probably conversing on some level in some way, or remembering that the way that she did converse did not include words out of her mouth, because where everybody is, they're all using telepathy except for me right now. Michael doesn't have a mouth. He doesn't have a vocal box. All right. Helena, My 6-year-old grandson was diagnosed with Asperger's, level 1 autism, yet very high functioning. He is extremely sensitive, which does not match the diagnosis. He talks. Okay. He talks to me of spiritual things beyond his age, like his understanding of death, etc. Do you have any guidance in how I can best support him, as my daughter was spiritually connected but is somewhat diminishing the gifts that I see in my grandson? Thank you in advance if you are able to connect to his team at this event. Yes, much love, Kristen. He is a vegetarian already and very connected. Whoa, what was that? Just give me a sec. What was that? Just give me a sec. Seriously? Okay. Helena, your grandson's guardian angel just came in, and it came in with great force here. That took me off guard, and now your grandson's guardian angel is apologizing for coming in so quickly. Holy shit. Sorry, but that was intense. Came in and then stepped back because I was like, whoa, was not expecting that. Okay, do you want to say something here? Yes, thank you. Sorry to affect you in this way. Sorry. Shit, that was intense. Right down the center of the top of my head. All right. Okay, go ahead. Okay. He says, I would like to speak on behalf of your grandson. These labels in which that he has been given, Asperger's, level 1 autism, these are but labels. And in fact, he chose these before coming forth into this life experience. This is for him to learn and grow from. So please do not be concerned at all. He is sensitive. He is gifted. And he will learn and grow. And these will develop over time in his lifetime. Are you this strong? I'm just asking your grandson's guardian angel why his energy is so strong. Is it? Okay. Okay. So usually when a guardian angel comes in like this, it tells me that the soul that we're speaking of has incarnated in other life forms other than Earth, okay? So those who have incarnated maybe as a Pleiadian, and primarily on Earth, you know, maybe, like for me, for example, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been here several of hundreds of years now. So my angels come along with me every time on these rides, and they have a certain vibrational frequency that they maintain. Your grandson's guardian angel's chuckling now. When he came through, I'm not used to this frequency because your grandson is not accustomed to being on Earth. He's more accustomed to being in other bodies elsewhere, okay? If we think that we're the only life form in the universe in which our soul has incarnated or come into to learn and grow, think again. Think again. So what I'm sensing is we're all ETs, P.S. We are all ETs, but your grandson is not accustomed to incarnating on Earth. How many times on Earth? Jeez. We're talking like a handful of times on Earth, not many. And this is correlating with why he is the way he is his way of coping here on Earth, as well as growing with these, if you want to call them labels, okay? Thank you. He's leaving now. Bye-bye. So, very strong, okay? Yeah, not like the angels from, you know, the people that have incarnated on earth a lot. Different frequency. All of the angels take on these vibrational frequencies of the lifetimes in which we've had in these bodies. So we have Greys, Arcturians, Lyrians, Syrians, Pleiadians. Then we all go, hey, let's go incarnate on Earth. Have I ever met anyone who is only incarnated on Earth? No. I have not yet met a single being that has only incarnated on Earth. Not one. So everybody says, am I a starseed? Yes. That's my answer. Yes. Have I been in other bodies before? Yes. The answer is yes. And so when these angels are with you in these other bodies, it takes on that vibrational frequency. And that's what I'm not used to when he came in that strong. I almost felt like it took over my head for a split second, and I'm like, what? No! But he doesn't mean to. He just, we're adjusting our energies. His energy comes into my energy field, and I say, whoa, and then he steps back, and then I go, okay. It's not a big deal. All right. Robin, I would appreciate any guidance regards to parenting my 16-year-old son. I think he is an indigo child. Is he attuned to his higher self? Are any of us attuned to our higher selves? Yes, we are always connected to our higher selves. Some more than others. Some of us are connecting to our higher selves and we don't even know that we are. Some are getting information from their higher selves and they don't even realize that they're channeling that information in the moment. Okay. Is he an indigo? Yes. Great purpose, great purpose. Here for a reason. Chose to come here. Chose to come here to help with this great event that is unfolding, called Ascension. He too will ascend. He's a wise being. Old soul. He's been here many times. Yeah, he's got a really great purposes. They're not just talking about one purpose, but he's got several purposes ahead for him. It's almost like, what's the wording? They're talking about his freedom. Now, I know he's 16, so he's going to get some freedom, right? But what are we talking about with this freedom topic? You have to let him fly free. So it's okay to let him fly free a bit. If you don't let him fly free, he will resent you and it will irritate him, and then he will be irritated and act up and let you know about it. But he also needs to honor and respect the guidelines, the stipulations that you give him. What other word do you want to use other than that? The boundaries. The boundaries. Thank you. So he needs to honor your boundaries in your home, but at the same time, you need to give him a little bit of leeway because he needs to feel the freedom. I can relate with that as an indigo. Freedom is very important. Oh man, if I felt like I was being very controlled, it wouldn't work with me. No. All right. So here we go. Oh, sorry, is that all? Okay, sorry. He's doing a great job. If you ever have any bumpy patches with him, know that they will smooth out and that the angels are working on each of your behalf to resolve or have a resolution to any issues or misunderstandings occurring. Thank you, Kristen. Sophie. Hello, Kristen. I hope you are well. I am. Thank you, Sophie. There is something about my boy, Lachlan. I have heard in my mind when he was first born a voice saying, he is a child from the stars. I notice he is very mature for a 2-year-old. He also has this really nice energy about him. He is also obsessed with the moons and the stars. Wonderful. In the night sky. Oh, here we go. We got another angel coming in strong. And it's a vibrational frequency from elsewhere. Okay. Double confirmation with what you're saying here, and this energy coming in above my head, coming in slower and keeping step back a little bit. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. My vibrational frequency is not accustomed to these very strong vibrational frequencies from these angels, from these beings who have incarnated from deep space, other locations that I'm not, some of these places I don't even know. I've never seen some of these beings before. I don't even have a label or a name to give them. Like I know Lyrian and Sirian and Nocturian and Pleiadian, but some of these are even ones that I don't know. And I've never seen these before. Some are so extreme, they won't even show me what they look like because they don't want to surprise me. Okay? I'm not saying your son is this. I'm just telling you that this is what I'm receiving in readings lately are the angels' energy with these beings that are newly incarnating on Earth, and some of the bodies in which they have been housed in, I'm not familiar in seeing before, and there's not even a name that is being relayed, and some they won't even show me because they don't want to surprise me. All right. Oh, wow. So even when he was first learning to speak, he would look up into the night sky. Oh my gosh, he's only 2 and he pointed up to the sky one night and he said heaven. Wow. How much more advanced these beings are than we were when we were children. Am I right? I never did that when I was a kid. Man, I was just like, is the fudge ready? Mom, is dinner ready? Like, this is amazing. Do I have to clean my bedroom? Those are the things I was saying. All right. One night, oh, that is amazing. I was a little shocked. I bet you were, because we had never spoken to him about that. And neither had anyone else. Jaw drop. All right. Yeah, this is definitely from somewhere else. Let me just see where this is. Arcturian. Repeatedly, I'm giving a thumbs up. So he's had many lifetimes as an Arcturian. He still feels gravitated towards those lifetimes in his early years here on Earth. He's remembering them and the feeling of them, and he's looking up into the night sky, missing them. Being newly, well, he's only 2, right? So he's got that feeling, he's remembering that feeling of not only being Arcturian, but also heaven. Yes, the children, this angel is saying, yes, the children can remember these things, usually under the age of 5. And that is when they conform to the vibrational frequency from 5 years of age and upward. They conform to the vibrational frequency that is housed here on Earth, which then shifts them out of remembering where they came from and who they were. Or you can say who they are, because all of these lifetimes are happening at the same time, right? Oh, this angel just loves your son. Your son is such a high vibrational being of light and love. And this angel watches over him. Like, really watches over him. I would say this angel is masculine, but yes, he's confirming that. He's coming through with that masculine energy. Different energy. Definitely different. Feels like from the stars. That's what the energy feels like. Oh, he says, oh, your son is going to learn and grow so much here on Earth, and he's really looking forward to this process. Isn't that wild that he's saying that? He says, yes, it is. He's very excited about it. This journey on Earth that each of you choose is not always a smooth ride, not always a smooth path. But that's why your souls chose to come here, to have maximum amount of growth in a short amount of time. There is no time. There is only this present moment of now. However, in one of these lifetimes, you will learn a lot here on Earth because there is a lot more contrast here. Okay? It's a ride. Whee! You know what souls tell me when they come through and channel through me? Oh, this is the wild, wild west. A lot of them are excited just to be here to watch, let alone show up and participate in a body. Free will. It's free will zone here on Earth. They get to have their free will here. And they're excited about that. Oh, and that's largely why your son chose to come here. There's much more yet to come, but he's not going to be divulging that at this time. It's best to divulge it when it's needed. And he doesn't want to give away everything because obviously you want to enjoy the moment and enjoy the experience in the moment. You don't want to know everything. Trust me on that. Even with me, they don't tell me everything all the time. I'm like, come on. They're like, nope. Come on. Nope. I'm like, Vicky. He's just saying it's an honor to be able to communicate through me. He's waving to you and he's blowing you kisses, which means he's sending his love to you. Okay. Vicky, I have 2 grandchildren ages 8 months and 3 years. Do you know if this major energy wave in March will affect them? This major energy wave in March is going to affect everyone. Everybody. It's another wave. People say the event on YouTube. The event is just an energy wave coming, and we're going to have them for the rest of our natural born lives. At this journey, at this juncture on Earth. So are we going to have more events? Yes. What's an event? It's an energy wave. Is there one coming in March? You bet there is. We're already starting to feel it now picking up because it's so big that we're starting to feel it now, and then it's going to keep going and peak up into March and then subside. But the peak, the whole thing 2 weeks, the whole wave, this go around, the peak is going to be 2 weeks. This is really going to open up everybody. It's going to open up your channels of communication. It's going to open up your chakras, your ear chakras, your third eye, your crown, all of it. You're going to get a lot more energy coming in. They're just telling me, they're forewarning me when I'm just hanging out, on my couch. They're just letting me know. They go, Kristen, this one's going to be a doozy. I'm like, thanks. And you see, the more open you are, the more you're going to feel this, the more you're going to expand. So if you're super closed off, you might feel symptoms like restlessness and you can't sleep at night, but you wouldn't gauge that because of energy. You would just think, oh, I'm just irritated and I can't sleep at night, but you wouldn't understand why. But the more your chakras are open, the more they're going to expand as each wave comes. This is a big wave coming. The biggest one yet. That's what they're telling me. Okay. Yes, everybody will be affected. Okay. Now, those who are more sensitive in nature, the younger beings on the planet, and they're talking about even the elderly as well, those beings are going to be shielded by their angels. So if it's too much for anyone, you can ask this energy to step back, or you can ask your angels to shield you. If you're getting too much head pressure, nausea, anxiety, heart palpitations. Last night, I was getting itchy hot pockets on my skin as this energy was coming into my body. It can create more heat. Sneezing is what I get a lot, and itchy hot pockets on my skin, and then they subside within a couple hours or a couple days, and they'll be on here and then over here. It makes no sense where these are. On my foot, and then yesterday it was here, and then on my inside of my leg, and then over on my forearm over here. I know what this is. It's an ascension symptom. And so you can ask your team to shield you. What they will do is use their energy to shield you more from the incoming blast of energy coming onto the planet. It's like a tidal wave of energy coming, okay? So they don't want you to be concerned, Vicky, okay? They're going to be watching everything very diligently, and they will be shielding. And the earth is also going to be helping. The earth is going to be sending energy back out to compensate, or not compensate, but to, if it's too intense coming in, the earth will blast her energy back out to slow down this massive impact of energy, okay? It just slows it down. So we don't get, even the earth is protecting us, but protecting herself. I don't like using the word protecting, but shielding. She's helping to shield by blasting her energy out. That's what I'm trying to say. The angels are helping. The earth is helping with her energy. And if we need more shielding, ask your angels, or ask the energy to step back. That's another way of shielding. They're teasing me. They're like, because I was trying to describe what I was seeing in my head, trying to use words. It's so hard when they communicate through visuals, and then I got to take that and put it into words. And I'm seeing, like, Crystal, how can we better support these children in a world whose systems create such trauma and dysfunction for them? Don't focus outside of yourself. Choose to focus inwards. Don't focus on what is dysfunctional in the world. Focus on the good things in the world. As you place your attention and your frequency on the good things, the higher vibrational things, you rise in vibration, and also you send out more energy towards what you do want. And then, in fact, what you focus on, you will manifest more of. They know that that's hard for some of you to understand, because you think, well, no, we need to be informed. We need to be educated. We need to know what's going on in the world. The angels have this to say to that. No, you don't. And in fact, the angels and all of these high vibrational beings of light and love that are here surrounding and encompassing and working here on planet Earth are very much well aware of what is going on on here in the world. So you don't need to concern yourself with what is, or keep informed with what is going on in the world. We are all very well aware of what's going on in the world. Remember these words. We're very well aware of what's going on this planet. That's why we're all here, to help shift and raise the vibrational frequency here on Earth. So please do not concern yourselves with the goings on in this world. If you feel guided, pushed, or nudged energetically, you know what I'm talking about. Go in that direction. And you know you're being pulled or nudged. Listen. Otherwise, you don't need to know everything that's going on in the world. No, you don't. That's what they're saying. But if you are being divinely guided to help and assist another, or to take action steps in the moment from your divine team, listen and take action. That's all they have to say about that. All right. All right. Here we go. Shanda, my 20-year-old daughter, Star, sees auras. My 15-year-old son has Asperger's and is a crystal child. But my middle son, who is 17, is not into any of this. I've been told he is an old soul. Any guidance or wisdom regarding my children? I also have a step-grandchild on the way. Oh, that's wonderful, Shanda. What will he have to teach us? Oh my goodness. All the souls that come forth into a human body, into this human construct is what they're calling, are fully aware of what they're getting into before they sign up for this. And that includes, how do we explain this? Okay, so it includes those souls that are the perpetrators, and it includes those souls that play the role of the victim, okay? Although, as they move forward in their life experiences, their own vibrational frequency is of their own doing. So if they choose to continue to remember and go over past traumas in their vibrational frequency and also within their mind, that is their responsibility to change that, to lift their vibrational frequency up. However, if you need help doing this, you can simply ask your team and they will help you do this. They will help shift your vibrational frequency to shift out of the traumas, past hurts, past lower vibrational belief systems. Okay? Now they're going to move to you, Shanda. Okay? Put me through the paces over here. Your 17-year-old son, leave him be as he chooses. He's choosing to be unaware at this time, and that's fine. They don't have any concerns about any of your children at all. They're telling me this. They're celebrating this child coming. I see clapping, and they're kind of jumping on the spot with clapping. This soul coming in is a very high vibrational soul. They're taking over my words here for a sec. You could call this a rainbow child. Very sensitive being. So it's just really important to keep the energy around this being very high vibrational. Okay, so, just be aware to, I'm not saying with your situation, but if there's a high vibrational soul coming in, and if there's any loud yelling or arguing, or, intense places where there's intense energy, maybe sidestep that in order to just make things more comfortable for this soul. High vibrational experiences, places, events, people around this child. And this child will emanate high vibrational frequency and help to create a higher vibrational frequency here on the earth plane. All the children that are being born onto this planet right now are coming here on purpose in order to help lift and raise the vibrational frequency here on the planet. And they're showing me like little seeds getting planted all over the planet. Little seeds of white light. Beautiful. They're calling them little seedlings. Isn't that adorable? Wow. Very sensitive, high vibrational beings, very soft in nature. Telepathy is going to be more and more and more prevalent on the planet with the younger children, the younger souls, and with people being curious and wanting to know how to channel moving forward, because this is a God-given right to be able to communicate telepathically with these energies. Yes, with your high vibrational team of light and love. Kate, Why do my sons have night terrors? They're being affected by energy. Let me just go through the steps in my head. Is it bad dreams? No. Okay. Is it the vibrational frequency of the people around them or the collective consciousness on the planet? They're saying, follow our lead. Don't ask us any more questions. So there's energies that are visiting them. They're open and they're light. And it's easy for these energies to see them. Okay. Kate, do you feel guided to doing house cleansing? So house cleansing. Ask your teams to get involved as well to help cleanse the house. And then set the perimeter. Call on Archangel Michael to help with this. This isn't going to last much longer. Just keep up on the house cleansing. Well, you got to set the boundaries. Here's me talking, okay? Set the boundaries. Kate, be strong. Step forward and say what you need to say. Enforce. And enforce the rules. This is my house. And nothing is allowed to enter my house or bother my children at any time. You are not allowed to step across the threshold of my property line, period. And then you have Archangel Michael enforce it. And you fill your house with white light. That's one way of house cleansing, your angel says. Oh. There's nothing to be concerned here. They just want to, God, picture you're out, okay? And there's a lot of mosquitoes, okay? And you're like, they're like showing you, they're just pesky energies that you need to just get rid of. And in truth, they have no right being in your home. All right. Thank you. Oh, Bonnie, I think we know the answer to this. Why did my son choose me in this lifetime to be his mama? Is he both indigo and crystal child? How do I continue to guide him? Thank you, Kristen. Because you're a high vibrational being of light and love. That's why he chose you. This isn't your first time together. Okay, you've been through lifetimes before together. Soulmate from the same soul group. That close. So soulmates can be friendships. They can be parent to child relationships. They can be romantic relationships. You chose to come both together into this life experience from the same soul group to help each other and support each other and to be there with each other. They're just saying you guide him perfectly. There's nothing, they have nothing to say to you about guiding him. Everything is as exactly as, they don't have any guidance to give there. So that's great. You're aware of his sensitive nature and his sensitive vibrational frequency. You work well together, they say. You work really well together as mother and son. And is he an indigo crystal? More crystal. Yeah, no. He's, okay, they want to describe it like this. He's a feisty crystal. He can be a little, he has that edge to him. Some are a little bit more sensitive, passive type, I don't want to say passive, but sensitive in nature crystal. He has a little bit more of an edginess to him. So he's a crystal. Tara. So I'm just gonna narrow it out. What advice do the angels have to give you, Tara, in regards to supporting and raising your children? And what advice do the angels have to give to all parents at this time raising their children? You are all doing the very best that you can with the information and the vibrational frequency in which you house at this time. When you're curious and you ask questions, this is how you can better yourselves as a parent, by asking the questions and resolving indifferences, getting the answers for your child and for yourself to create more vibrational resonance in your home. Always support your child. Listen to your child. If your child has a concern or a question of any kind. And they're also talking about giving your undivided attention to your child. Many parents are busy doing something else, or they're on the phone. They would prefer when you're in your child's presence. Now, this isn't going to be 100% all the time. We're all, but we need to slow things down. Enjoy your time with your child. Be present with them when they are in your presence. Try not to do the ignoring, putting on the iPad and, I get some freedom. My kid's going to be in front of the iPad for the next 5 hours, or, you know what I mean? So limit that. Be more present with them. Enjoy this time with them. And remember, you've only got this one experience in this body to spend with others. It won't last forever. So spend your time wisely. Even though there really is no time, they're saying time wisely, okay? All right. Okay, just give me a second. All right. Lara, I would like guidance. Sorry. Okay, thank you. I would like guidance on anything I can do to help my son through his difficult time. He is 17 and seems to be manifesting chaos and repeating the same destructive patterns. I know he has special gifts, but he has been misunderstood in this world and it has tainted him. Will he be able to tap in and turn himself around? Does he have a strong spiritual team helping him? Yes, he does. I'm getting that right now through his seemingly impossible contract. It's a catch-22, they're calling it, okay? It's a catch-22. So he's sensitive in nature, and he's here for a purpose and a reason, but he's getting caught up in what's wrong and focusing on creating more of the things that he doesn't want. The more you focus on what you don't like, the more you're going to create more of what you don't like. He needs knowledge is what he needs. He needs to be informed that he's highly sensitive. They do agree he does have special gifts. But so the angels tell me all the time, as we move forward on this path of ascension, as we get more and more light and love here within us and on the planet, when you have low vibrational thoughts and thinking or chaotic thoughts, you will create more of the same. So you focus in on chaotic thoughts, your mind's all over the place, you're creating more of the same thoughts, you're creating more of the same chaos, or the difficulty within the mind is what they're calling it. That's the beauty of the Mediumship 102 course. Who better to teach us our way out of that than William? Michael Forbes. I mean, William has walked this. He knows what he's talking about. He's the ultimate teacher on this. But as we ascend and we move forward on this path, you really need to watch your thoughts. Okay, because you will create that in your reality much quicker, much faster. You will create more of the same thoughts much quicker and much faster. So what he needs is education to tell him, to show him, you are the manifester of your reality. But right now, they're saying that he's quite entrenched and stuck. He'd rather focus on what's wrong and complaining about what's wrong rather than being the still observer of his thoughts in his mind, which is ultimately what he needs to do in order to turn this around. Like, I love what William showed the other day. He was like crinkling paper. Look, crinkling paper on camera. This is what your mind's doing in the background all the time. So how are you going to slow down that noise? God, I used to be like that. Yeah, not a fun time. All right, Sally, I would like to know how to help my 20-year-old son that is very stuck. He has suffered from depression and anxiety, but also knows he is highly sensitive. There's a pattern here, isn't there? If you're highly sensitive, you're going to have hard times on this planet keeping your own vibrational frequency balanced and high vibrational. So how do you balance your own vibrational frequency, and how do you maintain a higher vibrational frequency in amidst the density here on Earth? I've walked this. I know what I'm talking about with this. Focus on what you want to create. Be the still observer of the thoughts within your mind. If you have problems in your life and thoughts that are housed in your mind that you don't enjoy, hand them off to your angels repeatedly. How do you do that? Oh, I'm thinking about lack thoughts again, and I'm worrying about money again. Here you go, angels. You can take it. You can write them down all on a piece of paper. Oh, I got a fear about this and a worry about that, and I'm concerned about this person and my job, and da-da-da-da-da. And you make a nice list. Hand that off to them too. Give it away. Why are we carrying this and recycling this in our minds? Oh, I mean, you do better, or I don't like that saying. You make more informed choices when you have the information. So here's the information. Make better informed, better decisions. This is why I always recommend the book A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I'll recommend that till the day I die, because it will help you shift out of that way of being in your mind and move you in a completely different direction if you want to. If you're happy having your mind run your show and having low vibrational thoughts all the time, well, that's your free will choosing too. If you want to keep going on like that, I personally don't. All right. He's also astral traveling. Again, there is a theme here. And he's having spirit contact from a few of his friends that died a few years ago. Well, how awesome is that? Yes. Okay. So she just wants him to get a handle on his gifts. The gifts are a blessing, okay? This is a wonderful thing. So would I get a handle on it? I don't think I would say it like that. I would get more information from beings that are beings, meaning people in your life experience that are nearby that you can connect him with, and they can teach him and show him a lot of tools that he can use in order to help him keep his energy balanced, help him keep his energy more high vibrational. I mean, that is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself on earth. If you can learn to keep your energy balanced and keep in more of a higher vibrational direction, even amidst the chaos and the entrenched low vibrational energy around you, pretty soon what happens, in fact, is the vibrational frequency around you that's lower vibrational is no longer a match for your vibrational frequency, your energy, and it no longer is around you. Do you know when you're really high vibrational how much you irritate low vibrational people? Certain people, whether your friends, your family, they kind of fall out of your life in one way or another, especially on the path of ascension, because a lot of people in your life are not ready to ascend, and they are no longer a vibrational match for where your frequency is in this moment. And as you ascend more and more and more, it's wonderful. Wonderful. And just keep focused on where you are and what your frequency is, and the right people, places, experiences, energy will then be in your proximity. The lower vibrational frequency won't even be around. So if you're having issues with low vibrational energy or low vibrational people or low vibrational experiences, I would then turn inwards. What is my vibrational frequency, and how is that attracting and manifesting this into my reality, and what am I going to do about it? First things first, I wouldn't focus on it anymore. I'd turn your attention off of it. I go spend time with high vibrational people in high vibrational experiences. I go watch high vibrational movies, turn on some fun high vibrational music, and I would be a still observer of my own thoughts. How long am I going to focus in on that friendship not working out? How long am I going to focus in on that person pissing me off? You can go days, you can go months, but ultimately it is of your own volition what you're manifesting in your reality. You need to locate someone in your proximity, Sally, who's going to have a talk with him and work with him on how to keep his own vibrational frequency balanced and set boundaries, especially if he's becoming more and more open and he has energy coming in contact with him. Anything else you want to add to that? They're just clapping. They know I went on a little tangent there, but that's the truth. The more your vibration raises, you don't think about those people and those experiences anymore. And it doesn't even feel good to think about it anymore, does it? Because it's no longer a vibrational match. I always say there's multiple lifetimes I am living in one lifetime. Because who I was even a year ago, vibrationally, is completely different to where I am now. Who was that person? I don't know. Okay, just teasing. There's someone in your local area, Sally, that can help your son. So where is she going to find this person? Online. You're going to find this person online, and I see it being a male who is also open to spirit and channeling, who is, okay, it's, you know when you have a same-sex role model, him looking up to another male that has walked this path and can show him how to utilize tools and set boundaries in order to help him will really help further his growth on this path. And you won't look at it like it's a burden and it's something that you have to handle per se. It'll be something that he understands what's happening, and he can set his boundaries as to when he would like to communicate, rather than them coming and communicating anytime. And he'll also shift in vibration. He'll still be open and high vibrational, or he'll still be open and sensitive, but he will, this help that he will receive from the same-sex role model will help him with his depression. He will lift his spirits up. This will be a much better path that he's going to be walking, okay? Thank you. I remember having issues with my younger sister in the home, and it went to an explosive level when I was 17 and she was 16. I was always trying to defend my mother, and my younger sister was just blowing up all over the place, and my mother was not getting a handle on things. So my mom put me into counseling at the local church by donation. And so when I went, I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting much. But this woman, wow, she rocked my world. And to this day, I thank my mom for putting me in that counseling. Because I went from such rock bottom depression at that age to finally free and so much happier. I was like, oh my God, a breath of fresh air out of the trenches, out of the darkness. And it really did help that my sister was temporarily removed from the house to go live with my other sister. But this counseling did me a world of good. So don't give up that there's a counselor that can help. You just got to find the right one. And sometimes you'll find it in the most unusual ways at the local church by donation rather than paying, for a counselor elsewhere. This woman knew her stuff. She helped heal me. And for that, I am eternally grateful for her. But there's someone who's a channel, who is open to spirit, who has the tools and can relay that for your son to help him get up and out of this. All right. Oh, Lydia. My son had an imaginary friend called Callie, and a green angel visited him. Was this goddess Callie, and who was the angel? We named our dog after his friend, but spelt it differently, Callie. The stuff I hear, you guys are just bringing it to the table tonight, hey? Woo! My God. All right, so who's this Callie visiting? This isn't goddess Callie. This is a soul. This is not an angel. This is a spirit, soul. Who is this? So we can look at this as like a spirit guide. This isn't actually one of the two spirit guides that he has. This is a friend that he's incarnated with many times, coming to help him and visit him. So it would be like the third spirit guide. All of his angels and these spirit guides are aware of this imaginary friend, Callie. I'm getting masculine on this, not feminine. Or neutral. Maybe neutral. Trying to chat and help, okay? It's nothing, I'm getting no red flags. Nobody's warning me. Nobody's giving me any indicators that this is a problem of any kind. Who is the green angel? Who is the green angel? Archangel Raphael. That's amazing. Amazing. So I'm getting Archangel Raphael for healing and working with him as well. So there'd be two reasons why I would say Archangel Raphael is coming. I would say your son is maybe going to be moving in the direction of being a healer, or I would say your son was needing some healing for something in particular at that time. You know what they're doing? He needed some healing at that time, but they're not willing to go into other, they're not willing to divulge what is before him. All right. They said, we saw that. Barbara, my 2-year-old granddaughter is delayed in speaking. I feel she is gifted in other clairs. Can you confirm this, please? Yes, yes, and yes. I'm just getting a full-time, like, total yes. Don't be concerned that she's delayed in speech. She's very sensitive. She is gifted. She's very high vibrational. Again, there are other ways of communicating other than speech. Okay, so she's communicating, she's just not doing it with speech. They're laughing and clapping. She's just really open. I get a feeling like in the future, okay, what I'm getting here, Barbara, is that she is going to be opening further. Her clairs will be evolving further, and she will be openly communicating with spirit. And we're not talking about years down the road. We're talking about like early early childhood. Thank you. So she's going to just be evolving and communicating with spirit. Awesome. Okay, we're coming down to the last few questions here. Pally, I would like to know if the new generation of children will be educated differently, possibly. Don't we all? Come on, don't we all? Yes, please. Let's manifest that, shall we? Let's do that. And better food that they serve at these schools as well. Possibly with more spiritual teachings, will there be more awareness so that these children do not have the vaccinations that are currently administered, causing ADHD, autism, dyspraxia, etc.? Thank you, Kristen. The angels are saying there are a lot of things on this planet that are needing to evolve and grow. And these things that are needing to evolve and grow are going to take some time. They're not going to happen overnight. The angels are working with these highly evolved, sensitive beings to make these changes on planet Earth in the future. And that is why these high vibrational beings are entering this planet, this reality on Earth, like little seedlings planted all over. But in this lifetime, over the next 50 to 60 years, we will see great advancements and changes on Earth, moving us in a better direction, a more highly evolved direction forward. And it's okay. Everything will happen in due time, okay? So we are in a free will zone here on Earth, and there are a lot of others' free wills dictating and are authoritative. But as we evolve and grow, as we ascend, as we awaken, many, many changes are before us in this lifetime. Some of these changes you will be quite surprised by. One of the changes that they're talking about right now that a lot of us are surprised by are this young man, what is he, 22 now? But he started on this project when he was 16. And it's a very cost-effective way of cleaning up the oceans. So they've just launched the first system out into the ocean as of, I believe, a month ago. And they're working on the large garbage collection out in the ocean just off of California, just north of Hawaii. And they are going to be collecting this garbage out of the ocean. That was weird. Some noise happened in front of me. I don't know. After a while, you just go, yeah. So, that was a surprise to me. Did I think a 16-year-old was going to develop this huge system that took the ocean's currents and the natural ocean's currents and collect the garbage into this system? Pretty cool what these young souls are coming up with, or young beings on the planet. They're young physically, but their souls are obviously old souls, right? All right. So part of the changes that are going to happen in the future is we're going to become more acutely aware that we are manifesting our realities. There's going to be a lot of healing unfolding on the planet. Healing energies coming here that will be healing us and healing the planet. Those of us who are choosing the path of ascension will be, they're calling it reverse aging. They've said this to me before many times. More light-filled, more high vibrational. This is another reason why you would like to choose the path of ascension, they're saying, and awakening. Anybody who's here watching this video, and you're curious, you're on the path of awakening. You're curious and you're asking questions and you're learning and you're growing. Now you're starting to awaken. Before you were like this, you didn't care, you didn't want to know. Now you're maybe like this, like, oh. And you start watching certain content and asking questions, and then you're like, oh. And then, oh. And then you start feeling different energies around you, ringing in your ear. Maybe you got some coughing because there's a lot of energy coming in through your throat because it's trying to communicate with you. Oh, I'm not the only one in this 3D reality. There's actually others here that aren't in a physical body. Oh my God. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes coming. Are you getting some tingling on the top of your head right now? Right on. That's awesome. Again, people are just commenting. Their grandchildren or their children are very evolved or sensitive beings, okay, coming onto the planet. That is awesome. Yes. Wow, Dorothy. Dorothy, you're raising your 3 and your 6-year-old grandchildren. Friggin' I mean, honestly, you are an absolute godsend. Oh, here's a key thing that I hear often, Shamala. My 2-year-old son is very shy in public and hates crowds and not that much interested in eating like other kids do. He is lactose sensitive as well, and little noises would wake him up very easily. Very sensitive to all kinds of sounds. Any guidance would be great. What's my relationship with him in other incarnations? Yeah, he's very sensitive, very sensitive. His energy is open. His chakras are open. It is best to shelter him, okay? Don't make him go into these areas where there's a large crowd of people or heavier frequencies. Maybe, leave him at home or go somewhere else. Just don't bring him into those environments is what they're asking of you. And like, if it's too much energy or too loud, he doesn't like it. Peaceful environment is best for him. What is your relationship in other incarnations? You two have done this many times before, and you've even switched. So you've not always been his mother and he your child, but you've switched in different relationships. So he has played your parent, and they're talking about playing parts as being siblings. Same soul group? No, but kindred spirits, which tells me you're in soul groups that are close to one another, and then you're working with each other in these different lifetimes as different relationships in each lifetime. How beautiful is that? They're just saying that this path ahead with him in your life is going to be a real blessed path, and he is a very sensitive soul, highly evolved soul, as you are as well. He chose to come into this with you. He chose to be your child in this lifetime. Liz, is my little Victoria a starseed? Yes. Anybody who ever wants to ask me if you're a starseed, the answer is yes. Am I right on that? Are there any souls that have ever just incarnated on Earth only, and they have never incarnated in any other body? No. Just thought I'd double check. I've asked before, but I'm getting a no as well again. Okay? We're coming down here. Then I'm going to answer a couple of your questions here. Madeline. My 2 girls with, okay, so you have 2 daughters that have autism and ADHD. Do you see a pattern here? ADHD, autism, ADD, hyperactive. It's all because they're so sensitive. So we really have to make sure the food that they put in their bodies and the energies that they're around, and getting them in front of the right information to teach them about energy and frequency. Okay? And, you know, when I grew up, nobody was lactose intolerant, gluten intolerant. You know, my goodness, no. I never met anybody when I grew up that was like that. Now, you know, I used to have a house cleaning company, and going into each home, everybody's got intolerance of some kind. I'm just blown away at how many children have some sort of intolerance to something. It was like every house I went to. Every house. And some had gluten and lactose. Oh my goodness, I thought to myself, you know, we got to find other ways of feeding the populace with higher vibrational food that is grown more locally in our local areas, that is tasty and high vibrational. I'm very blessed to live where I live. In the summer months, they grow a lot of the produce here, and that is the produce I'm choosing. I try to steer clear of hothouse items. Are they indigo children? Do they have a lot of angels? Oh, I want to tell you all this, okay? Your kids are so supported with so many angels, and so are each of you. It would blow you away at how supported they are, okay? Each one of us has 2 guardian angels, and then we have a whole team of angels that help us with whatever we wish. If you're asking for abundance, you're going to get an abundance angel. If you're feeling down and you're humming and singing a lot, you've got a music angel with you, helping you lift your spirits, lift you up with music. Whether you're going to hum and sing or play the music, if you are on a path of ascension, what I see with a lot of people is that they'll have 2 ascension angels there helping them with ascension. I have one angel with me that just informed me the other day that I'll be starting to see and experience more, especially as we move through this energy wave in March, to not be concerned, to sit back and observe rather than react, and just keep relaxed, because the veil is thinning, and I'm going to be seeing a lot more, as many of us will be. And already I'm seeing like bright flashes of white light right in front of me. And before, I would get them off to the side or above me. Right now, I'm getting them right in front of me, right in my vision. Okay, are your daughters, Madeline, indigo children? Yes, yes, yes. They are. They are. Do you have any guidance for this? They would like you to see your daughters as being unique. They're showing me like beautiful flowers, beautiful, unique flowers blossoming. And the reason why they're showing the flowers blossoming, because they have come here onto Earth as indigo children, highly evolved, sensitive beings of light and love, and they've come into this frequency with this food, and it's bombarding their systems, and then we label them with autism and ADHD. However, this being said, they have also chosen this path to learn and grow from. Thank you, Kristen. Again, they're showing these beautiful flowers, like wildflowers. I see a darker pink flower, and I see a bright pink, lighter pink flower blossoming, opening, flourishing. So remember this. I think this is also what they're showing me, is that they are going to make it through this, that they are going to flourish in this world. So do not be concerned. They're saying that as we move forward on this planet, there is going to be more safe spaces for highly evolved, sensitive souls to participate and be involved in the human experience, and they will collectively support each other and have high vibrational groups online and in person in local areas where they can connect with other high vibrational souls for support. Yes, they're even talking about the groups on Facebook being the beginning of this, but it's going to be much more so as we move along on Earth. And it will be safe havens for many of us. So just be patient a little bit, and just know that this path ahead is coming, where you can interact with other adults and children that are highly evolved and sensitive as well, to help it grow and support and have questions answered in your local area. They're online, some online, but there's something in your local area, Madeline, where you can connect with these beings in your local area. Your angels are going to arrange this, and it's going to be happening soon. How soon? Within the next 2 months. Thank you. Okay. Ebony. I know my kids are sensitive to their environment and people's energy. How can I support them best? My daughter is autistic, nonverbal, and so is my son with some verbal ability. I get a really calm feeling right now. It's really calm, almost so quiet. It's like eternal peace. Do you want to answer? Like, I'm just getting calm, eternal peace. They're showing me they're showing me your children's energy. That's how peaceful it is within them, in their minds. Peaceful. And there's nothing for you to be concerned about, okay? Allow them to grow and evolve at their own pace when they are ready. But, you can always, and I'm sure you're probably already doing this, there's speech therapists and individuals in the community that will work with them to get them more engaged and speaking sooner. And they like this, and they're giving you that a thumbs up if you'd like to move in that direction. If you're not already, that's a good direction to be on. But they want you to know that within them, it's just very peaceful. This is what I'm getting from their higher self. Their soul is at peace. It's interesting how we all are like delayed speech and there's something wrong with them and we got to label them, but it's not an issue with the angels or these souls. I mean, obviously we can help them and answer questions and help them in this world, get them in front of the right people, get the answers, and connect with other highly sensitive beings and support systems. But the way that they are, the angels don't see anything wrong with them at all. Like, there's nothing wrong with them, okay? They're making that very known, very clear. They're saying they're putting me through the paces. I agree. I'm really trying. I want to be able to help the parents and the children on this planet as they grow and evolve and open further. And I feel like right now, right in this day, right before this next wave of energy coming, it's really important to do this. I feel it's really important to help in any which way I can, and to answer your questions, to relay the guidance so that you can get some answers and move in a different direction to help uplift you. Okay. Let me see here. Evie, I believe my daughter is an empath. She is very sensitive to sounds and cannot handle, sorry, trying to open it up. There it goes. and cannot handle loud or crowded places. Is her anxiety connected to this and not a mental issue? It is energy related, not mentally related. She's bombarded with frequencies that are not conducive to her state of being, and also not best for her well-being. So, if you're very highly sensitive to energy, there are tools that you can utilize to create your own energy bubble around you. You can call upon the archangels to help you in the moment. I often like to, when I go to Walmart, for example, or Costco, I'll wear a baseball cap, and that will help to shield out the energy a bit more, and it really gives me a lot of relief. I mean, I should just get some tin foil and wrap it around my head and head off to Walmart. That would probably work even better. Seriously. You know that meme on Facebook where everybody's suited up in their astronaut suits? How empaths go to Walmart. Being empathic is a gift, okay? But having the tools to use to make it easier on yourself is so needed. When I started to open up, sound was like too loud for me. Sometimes it still is. And other times I'm like, oh, I get like throbbing because my head's so open and I don't like the frequency around me. Or sometimes I'll get irritated around certain people and I'll just kind of tune them out because I'm doing it because I'm too open, too sensitive. So yeah, I like to create more peaceful, quiet moments in my day. And if I need to lay down and have a nap, I will. Or if I need to sleep longer, I will. And I'm very selective as to who is in my life for that reason as well. And I don't touch substances anymore. I used to touch alcohol to tune out the frequency and just bliss out for a little bit. But ultimately, that's just making things worse. It's not good for your sensitive body. It's not good for you, period. If you're open and you're lowering your inhibitions with alcohol or any other kinds of drugs, you can go do that if you want, but I wouldn't. Not when you're awakening, not when you're on the path of ascension. There are many people that come to me and they've been on the path of awakening, okay, and they kept doing the pot, kept doing the alcohol, and then things just spiraled way out of control. Their energy wasn't good. They had other energy harassing them. A couple times I've had people tell me they've been put into psych wards. So would I touch that? No, I wouldn't, because it's a low vibrational energy. It's a low vibrational toxic thing. Just like I probably wouldn't eat a whole bunch of like low vibrational foods right now either. It's just not going to be okay for your highly sensitive, evolving energy. As we all move upwards, you can't keep putting the same stuff in your body. As Archangel Gabriel says, you can't keep treating your body like a garbage can. And as you evolve and you ascend anyways, you won't miss those because you're going to lift vibrationally and feel so much better as is. Evie, show her about energy. Teach her the ways to help her. So when she goes out and when she's around, she needs to learn how to either shield herself, project her energy out so she creates a nice large space of her energy around her, wear a baseball cap, ground herself daily. So many of us do not go out into nature anymore. We just come home, sit in front of the TV, get up in the morning, go to work, sit in front of our computer, get in the car, come home, eat maybe some fast food or whatever, sit in front of the TV, and we wonder why we're feeling so terrible. I got a few ideas. There's no grounding happening. Yeah, and the food that you're putting in your body. Good times. Hey, Essie! Wow, Donna. I teach ninth graders. So many kids with anxiety. First thing I would teach them, grounding. Talk to your team of angels and ask them to help you, because we are in a free will zone here on earth, and unless you ask for help, they're sitting there waiting to help you. So I would teach them to make sure to connect with the earth, to ask the earth to help them ground. They need to come back into their bodies and anchor down. Especially with this energy coming, it's just going to ramp up. And I would love to tell you, oh, it's going to get better, but it's probably going to get more intensive. And then my angels tell me there will be a time where the ascension symptoms won't be as intensive. What do you want to say on that as we move forward on this path of ascension in regards to ascension symptoms getting easier? Your vibrational frequency will adjust to this new frequency coming in, and your ascension symptoms, including anxiety, will subside. But this may take some time for this to occur. They're talking about years. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in months. It's going to happen in years. It will take time to adjust to this vibrational frequency. My God. What would you say to the ninth graders with anxiety? Ground yourselves. Ground yourselves. Watch what you eat. Watch what you put in your body. Whole food diet and a lot of like rooted vegetables to help you ground as well. All that food has energy. You want to eat a lot of vegetables. The angels are laughing because they were saying they know that there's a lot of them that don't like vegetables, but you'll learn. You're either going to keep on keeping on, or you're going to make some changes in your life. Okay. Also, when the ninth graders are coming into the school, right, and they're becoming more sensitive because they're opening and growing and ascending, they're still picking up on all of the energy in that school that is not moving in that direction. So I would be talking with my team about shielding others' energy away and grounding often. Creating a bubble of your own energy around you. You can picture it as green, pink, whatever. Your intention will be set. I love to create a beautiful crystal egg around me, and then on the outside of the egg are little mirrors, and they interlock and reflect out. Wow, do I get relief when I get that. But this is only going to last for a time, maybe 12 hours. Then I might do it again. However, as soon as I go outside and I just lean my back up against a tree, it takes maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and I feel such relief. It's like wonderful. Maybe go sit by a body of water. I'd be getting them to all buy some rose quartz and put it on their lap at school, asking the earth to help ground them and anchor their energy back into their bodies. And they're really going to want this, and they're going to reach out and want to learn about this, because the anxiety and the irritation and the uncertainty as to what's going on is going to increase. In fact, the angels say there should be a class in each school talking about this and teaching this to make these things easier on them. You know what I notice when you're on the path of ascension as you ascend? People on different paths than yourself, we won't say it's better or less, because it's not. They're just on a different path. They just kind of fall out of your life, and then you have similar vibrational frequency of people come into your life, and you'll move to locations that are higher vibrational. You'll want to eat higher vibrational food. You're probably going to start to like not be able to eat meat anymore or touch any drugs anymore. life just becomes much more blissful. You're just in your own bliss bubble all the time, and you follow your team as to what you're being guided down a path, what is best. Not all decisions are going to be easy to be made, but you have your team there supporting you. That's why I'm trying to teach channeling, because there's a difference of living in this world where you think you're all alone, and some of the guidance you get from your friends may not always be best for you. But what I would love to show others is to go inwards with a still mind and follow your internal guidance system. Ask the question and allow your internal guidance system to guide you the way. There's two ways of going in this world. I think this is the best way. This is the path because I think this is the right job, or I think I'll do this, or I think I'll do that. The way they communicate with you is through feeling, heart center. So when I'm following my internal guidance system, I'm going based on feeling. Thinking isn't even on my plate. I have to think, obviously, to chew food and brush my teeth and do my hair and get up in the morning and get dressed. I have to think about certain things with work and or meeting up with friends. But with the big decisions in life, I'm turning to my team. I'm sitting quietly. My team will be my higher self, my angels. And then I say, okay, if I take this path, what will this be? And how about this path? And what about that path? And then I just sit there, and then I can make a more informed decision based on feel. Follow your internal guidance system. Follow your clairsentience. Follow what feels right, because it is always right. Always. Always. And if I'm on a path that is not going to be good for me, my angels will let me know. And I'll get a pull back tight. Pay attention to that. Okay, is there any last words? We love each of you eternally, forevermore. You are each supported more than you could possibly imagine, more than you possibly know. This is but the beginning here on planet Earth. So know this, there are many changes to come. Reach out to others who are informed, who are high vibrational, in which you resonate with, in which you are pulled towards, and ask them for guidance, ask them questions, be informed, be curious, locate the guidance in which you are needing in order to make a smoother transition into this three-dimensional reality, this three-dimensional realm. But know this, many of you will be ascending, evolving and growing past this dense vibrational frequency here on Earth. They're actually calling it above the frequency here on Earth. Many of you choose to live a blessed path, a high vibrational path, and for this, we honor you, support you. We are elated for you. Know that this is your time to step forward and shine brightly here on Earth to help many. This dear one will not be the only one stepping forward and shining brightly. Step forward and help those in your local areas. Step forward online and help others. Amen. They say amen, that's why I say amen. Love you! The angels love you too! Have a wonderful Sunday.